Jim Jefferies in studio playing the Stress Factory this weekend. Vinny's fine club, in New Brunswick, New Jersey. Clum. Is clum even a word?
His clum.
His clum doesn't look good.
Where you been, man?
Just the normal, man. I've just been on the road. I only ever come over here like every 6 months.
I know, it sucks. We'd love to have you on.
Every day, but I've just been touring as normal, man.
Yeah. You told us some great stories during the break. I don't know which one you want to tell on the air, but there's some doozies there, man.
I don't mind. You can tell any of those.
Any of them?
Yeah.
The Andy Dick thing, the Michael Phelps thing.
We can tell the Michael Phelps thing.
Yeah.
I've been fucking Michael Phelps' ex-girlfriend.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Jesus, what happened to her self-esteem?
That's exactly right. She lays it like, as I was saying, you put no effort into fucking Michael Phelps' ex-girlfriend because you just know he's really fucked her. Like, he might look like he's got Down syndrome, but he's the greatest athlete that's ever lived. So you don't put
Does he have a big dick, did you ask?
Yeah, and she wasn't shy about it. Evidently, he was phenomenal.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, my God. What's wrong with you?
Yeah,
That's too much pressure, sir.
I was laying in bed with her, and she got a text from him that went like this. He's trying to get her back, and the text was like, this is how dumb the fucker is, right? He sent her a text that went, if you were on the moon, I'd become an astronaut. And I was
He did not.
He did. I saw the text.
Yeah, where'd he get that from?
And I was like, I just call this relationship a day. You know, these long distance things don't work out. We never see each other.
Yeah.
That's
Shut down the space program. It's over.
Yeah.
That would be an awful text from Buzz Aldrin. That's even fucking... That stinks.
He's too busy swimming and winning medals to figure out a good text, though.
She also told
that part of his brain doesn't work.
She also told me that she once did shag him wearing all the medals at once.
Oh, well.
Wow, huh?
That'd be like fucking Mr. T, wouldn't it?
Jesus.
Like he's got like 12 of them or something.
Yeah.
He's
And he's got to have like incredible stamina.
Ah!
Like just non-stop.
But
Right?
he eats chocolate bars and drinks Red Bulls like he's full diet. He's burning off like 10,000 calories a day or something.
Jesus Christ. And you
She's the girl whose house he was at with the bong.
Really?
Yeah, she's very proud of that bong.
And you just crawl on top and fucking...
Yeah.
I don't even get on top. I just lay on the bottom.
Is there a picture of her? I gotta
Fuck
see
it.
what she looks like.
I'll show you
Is
later.
she your girlfriend or just a chick?
No, just a thing. I can't say too much.
Just the thing.
You said a lot.
Yeah.
That was enough. That was good. Yeah, that was a
People
lot.
could connect the dots.
Yeah.
And how's the drinking going? Last time we checked, you were kind of sober.
I slip up every now and again. For the most part, I'm sober, but once a month. As I say, I just can't. I can't. If there's a girl involved, I can't not drink. I find that very difficult. But my health is back to normal. My liver's back to its original shape and everything like that. And I'm not shitting blood anymore. So
That's
you know,
good. Congrats.
you got to look at the silver linings.
Congrats. That's great.
It was really weird when the doctor basically said to me, he goes, "Oh, you can start drinking again if you want." And I'm
Why
like,
would he say that?
Wow.
Why would the doctor say that?
well, because it was all back to normal. Like, he advised against it.
Well, yeah, but who's going to listen to that part?
I did Loveline, and Dr. Drew said I could drink as well. And if Dr. Drew said it, then
Yeah, because he wants you in his fucking rehab.
Yeah,
for
no
ratings.
kidding.
Yeah, the
I
rehab
tell you
show.
what,
He knows you would be great in that
I
house.
tell you what Dr. Drew does. When you're on that Loveline show with him, if you say an offensive joke, he silent laughs off microphone, so he keeps his image up.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
he goes, and then he comes back.
Comes back,
comes
that's
back like,
right.
oh, that was unnecessary.
Well, what are you
yeah, but
saying
he
that
loves you
about?
taking the piss out of the addicts. He fucking loves it. That's like his go-to.
Yeah. That's fucking
I was
great. 'cause-
watching his show last night before I came on here, and he was talking about the Michael Jackson case and all that. And you've heard all the stuff about Michael Jackson mumbling. I'm sure you've already talked about it.
Yeah,
right?
we heard the
tapes. Even like when he's wiped out, I have less and less sympathy for Michael Jackson just hearing about his fucking childhood. His childhood wasn't that shit.
Yeah. It's he didn't have a childhood.
Yeah, if people knew I didn't have a childhood, he had a fucking, like, if everyone looks at their childhood from a bad angle, everyone had a shit childhood. If you just look at it from the wrong angle,
we all have shit, right?
And some people in like Africa and stuff, any angle you look at it, it's shit all over the spectrum. It's fucking shit. But his childhood was like, I had to work so hard and I wasn't allowed to play sport or something. And my dad hit me a bit. But you also got to hang out at Diana Ross's house. Just shut the fuck up.
It led to that, yeah.
Yeah, you know, that was
And
cool.
soccer sucks in the end. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
But yeah, my dad still hit me, and I can't dance for shit.
He wasn't hitting you properly.
Yeah, he wasn't just doing it enough.
That's a great point, though. Like,
I don't disagree with you.
Nonstop, he was bitching that he never had the childhood, and that's why he had to build the fucking little park in Neverland and all that shit. It's like, shut up.
My dad took me to about 4 fun parks in my entire childhood. He missed out on 4 days. That's what he missed out on.
Yeah.
4 days of that shit.
Yeah, most of the time as a kid, you're just doing dumb, dopey shit anyway, and your parents are yelling at you for something.
Yeah.
So it's like, who gives a shit? Yeah, he got to go on TV shows and fucking get anything he wanted. He's famous.
It's like my my mother disciplined me so fucking hard. I watch these like super nanny shows where they have like the naughty step and stuff. Like you have to sit there and be quiet. That was my default mode if things were going well in a day. Like as soon as I entered a room, it was sit there and shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
that wasn't punishment time. That was like I'm not in trouble.
Punishment was getting smacked.
Yeah,
that's what it was. Yeah, hey, sit down, shut up, just sit in the corner, fucking be quiet. And that's a timeout, isn't it?
And in the old days, when your parents hit you and you went to the hospital or whatever, the doctors didn't dob your parents in. They didn't tell on them. Like, you know, you remember like a doctor like stitching up your head, going, "Do you want me to leave a scar so he knows what he did?" That might be a good bit. I might do that.
Use that one.
That's all right, man.
Yeah, I'm pretty tired of people, especially it's this young America. Young America is just full of fucking pussies.
Yeah,
just fucking pussies, whining about something. Well, I'm not going to pick on our young intern friend that was just in here, Matt.
Was that an intern? I thought that was a guest.
Yeah, it was Matt, our young intern. But you know, he's talking. A lot of stuff he said was cool, but then there's these little things that are thrown in, and you go, "Oh, 24, right, right, I get it now." Yeah, there's always some kind of conspiracy. There's always some kind of bigger part of the machine that's always working against you. And then once you have a few years under your belt, you realize society is too stupid to come up with conspiracies and all these weird little fucking Illuminati things because people are dumb.
Well, it's also with conspiracy theories. It's like, how do you keep everyone fucking...
Yeah.
It's like what I was saying to you before. I got a friend who just believes that there's a cure for cancer, but the medical companies are putting it aside because they make too much money off chemo and stuff. And he believes this. And the first thing I did when Steve Jobs died was like, yeah, how rich do you fucking have to be to get this stuff? Right. Like, wait, who are the people they're choosing?
Yeah, because they said that if you pay enough, they'll give you, slip you the cure.
Yeah, and what type of cunt would you be to pay all that money, get the cure, and then go, look, I'm going to tell the world?
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't live with myself knowing that I've got the cure and there's other cunts dying. Like, fuck that.
Maybe Steve Jobs was ready to tell the world.
They pulled it away.
He got the cure, and they have some kind of a fucking remote control.
Maybe it's an app in the new iPhone.
Yeah.
Or the cure is so humiliating. It's like it's apple butter applied in your asshole with a fist, and it's the only thing that stops it, and nobody wants to do it.
Apple butter.
Apple butter.
Sounds delicious.
I don't know why. There's something healing about it when it's forced into the rectum. 30 miles an hour.
I reckon they do have AIDS medication that they keep pretty. I don't know.
Yeah, keep a lid on that.
Well, I just think that AIDS isn't as bad as it used to be.
No, it's not.
Who gives a fuck?
I think it's everybody that had it because kind of died.
Yeah, but like the Magic Johnson type of AIDS, where you're just like rocking it out for years and years.
Supposedly he doesn't even have a sign of it anymore.
But if he stops taking his medicine, he gets sick.
Is that what?
Yes. He has to.
It's like Propecia.
You gotta just keep taking it.
Speaking of which, what the fuck, dude?
I'm still just on Propecia. I was thinking
your hair is. You used to have an island. Where's the island?
I'm just on the pills, but I'm still thinking of getting the transplant.
Are you doing Propecia?
Yeah, I've been on Propecia for years now. Yeah.
Does it work? I don't know what you have.
Look at his hair. He used to have separation.
3 years ago, I used to have just an island there and a whole bit through there, but I just take them each time. It did lower my libido. The irony of Propecia is it lowers your libido, but more women want to fuck you because you got hair. When I was bald, I wanted to fuck everything and no one would fuck me, and now I'm hairy and fuckless.
Does it put hair everywhere?
No, it just blocks the chemical in your body that makes the hair fall out. Oh. So it doesn't regrow your hair, but it strengthens up the ones you got.
It keeps it from any new shit from falling out.
Is it legit? Yeah. I guess it is, because look at his hair, man.
Oh yeah,
it's definitely different.
Yeah. It's what is it, $1 a day or no? It's fucking
some expensive shit.
$2 a day for the rest of your life. But I'm all right with that, you know.
Yeah.
$2 a day is fine.
I know, and insurance don't cover that shit.
No.
They're just like, fuck you, pay.
Yeah. And it's one of those drugs where they just had, like, that's not the price of the ingredients.
No.
They just weigh it up like being a loser and not being a loser and the price you would pay.
Yeah, they take advantage of you. It's like, all right, yeah, this motherfucker wants some hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could really gouge him.
If there is a cancer cure, just make the fucking tablet $1 million.
$1 million.
Oh, yeah.
$1 million. You got cancer? How bad do you want to get rid of this?
It would solve some of the problems in America, right?
Yeah.
Imagine how many people come forward with their mill.
Oh, look, if they had an AIDS cure, I would pay $1 million preventively. Like, I would pay it now so I could fuck anything.
Fuck everything that moves.
Go to Thailand and just start fucking ladyboys in the ass and have the syringe in my backpack ready to go just in case.
Like an EpiPen, you just fucking rail a ladyboy in the ass.
Ladyboy.
Stab yourself in the leg, you're good. Good to go. Bring on the next one.
The best thing I ever saw in Thailand was when I was in one of those sex bars in Thailand. I was, if you can believe this, I got sex barred out. Like, I was just,
had enough.
I was doing gigs out there, and every bar that I went to was just hooker. And I went, can we just go to a regular bar? You know, so we go sit in this bar, and I'm like, this bar's good. I said to the guy, yeah, this is the type of bar. Thank you, a regular bar. And then he points upwards, and it's fucking got a glass ceiling, and they're all sitting on it, like suction onto it, with numbers written on their asses, so you can pick them off like a menu. And you can only see the cunt in the ass. But
like sucker fish.
That's all you need.
On the side of a fish tank.
And that's a regular bar in Thailand.
And the guy who has to clean that off, like, I don't know, maybe there's some sicko that would just lick it off and just that would be like his.
Man.
I would imagine girls in regular bars, you know, they're putting out.
Yeah.
They're not playing hard to get.
No.
You can't play hard to get in Thailand.
I imagine if you're a regular chick in Thailand, then yeah. I got a mate who fucking who comic, and I won't say he's an Australian comic, but he picked up a bird in Thailand, and he didn't want to take her back to his hotel because he had a fucking his wife there or whatever. So he goes back to her house, which has, like, she's the youngest one in her family. Like, the grandparents were there, and the mother was there, and everyone really welcomed him. And he went in and fucked her, and then they gave him a meal afterwards because they're such a hospitable bunch.
Holy shit.
And he said he grew to sort of like him, and he went back another day, like days later, like, just fucking creepy.
That's just weird.
Do they know that he fucked her for money?
Oh, yeah, they came. They sent the daughter out to do that. That's the deal. They're weird, man. They live on the side of these, in Bangkok, on the side of these rivers in these little thatch huts. And it's really fucking shitty how they live. And then they have this ornate picture of they love the king.
Yeah.
Like they're, not Elvis, like their king.
Yeah.
They fucking love him.
Do they love him, or is he just like
No. You make a joke about him, and they all get fucking tetchy, like, who the fuck do you think you are? They think he's like a deity. They love the guy. And he's a frumpy looking little fuck, and he just, you know, he's always in silk, just smiling at the end of each room. They love him.
Wow. Let's fuck the whole family. Yeah. I bet the old broad's in charge of the whole.
So you didn't go to Thailand for the beaches, right?
I haven't been to Thailand for years, but no, I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't get into too much trouble in Thailand.
You always got to look down when, you know, someone you know goes, "Hey, I'm going to Thailand. It's beautiful there."
It is beautiful there.
Yeah, but that's not why they're going.
I went there for gigs, but it is beautiful there.
90% of the people are going.
You had an excuse
because of the sex trade.
It's the same reason 90% of people go to prison.
Yeah, a lot of businessmen that are coming back from there, they check their computers out, and they end up in prison.
Why would you bring a computer to Thailand?
I have said to my mate that I live with, I said, if I die, I don't want anything from him, but he has to smash my computer up.
That's all.
That's my last will. Smash my computer
or
up.
at least fucking erase my web history.
Don't let my mother near it. Don't say, oh, maybe he's got some photos on there that we've never... No, smash that fucking thing up.
If you were a real friend, you'll do this for me.
Do this for me.
You will break into my place. That could be a good business.
Oh man, imagine that.
That could be a great business to start.
Like a will or anything else. You sign up with a company
right.
whose job it is
That's
when
their
you die
whole job.
is to grab every computer you have and just take them out. Fucking pop those hard drives.
That's how Gary Glitter was done, wasn't he? He took his computer in for repair.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, really?
I can't fucking. He took it in to get repaired, and he was like,
They had no suspicion of him whatsoever. He took it into PC World.
Wait, didn't he get busted in Thailand or?
No, that was like the second or third time.
Yeah.
And wasn't he hanging out there, hiding kind of?
Yeah,
trying to?
that was after he got out of prison the first time, and he went, "Oh, I'll go to Thailand
He
to
should just
hide
be
out."
shot in the fucking head.
Gets out of prison,
yeah.
and his first move is to go to Thailand.
Somebody should. The
Jesus.
fucking government should just shoot him in the head.
I know, but you know he still makes like $1 million a year off American sports because you guys do. Dun, 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 hey,
Well,
dun, dun, dun.
This stupid PC country of ours, they're taking that out of the arenas.
No,
Oh,
they
really?
did, but they're starting to bring it back again.
A little bit?
Yeah, they forgot about it.
Really?
And they're just like, yeah, they brought that back. They don't care.
But, you know, as long as they play Elvis music, Elvis was a pedophile, and that's never a nice thing to say.
Was he?
He had Priscilla Presley move into his house at 14 years of age. He became a legal guardian at 14, signed off by the parents, fucked her till she was 16, then married her. No matter how you look at it, Elvis Presley was a pedophile.
To me, that sounds like a smart businessman. You're homegrown.
But see, the thing is,
how much did the parents get out of that deal?
I don't know. He knew him from the army or something, the dad. But we don't care because he's Elvis.
How old was Elvis when he met Priscilla, though?
He was in his early 20s. He wasn't that old.
I wouldn't call him a pedophile. That if she was 14 and he was like 22 or 23, that's a big difference.
Yeah.
But pedophile to me is somebody who fucks like 9-year-olds.
Yeah, she looked pretty good. With that beehive, she looked taller, didn't she?
Yeah, she looked
And he was
a little
talented,
taller.
you know, so who cares?
What's he gonna do?
So, how talented do you have to be to fuck a kid? Like Roman Polanski and all that type of stuff. Like there is those people who say leave Roman Polanski alone. No, have you read that case?
Yeah.
He fucked a 14-year-old girl, 13-year-old girl in the ass after plying her full of drugs in Jack Nicholson's spa bath. That's a sex crime anyway.
It's a great story.
Yeah.
It's a great story to have, though.
Meanwhile, Nicholson was getting blown by somebody in a bunny rabbit costume. But yeah, I agree. She fucked Roman Polanski. All these fucking hipsters and people because he's a good director.
And why did they leave Nicholson alone?
Well, Nicholson wasn't there in the house. He was just lending. He was just lending him his house.
Oh, that's why he skated.
Yeah, but he said that he wanted her over there for a fucking photo shoot, and the mum sort of let it happen, and it was all very weird. And because the girl now,
But did she look 13?
Not with cum on her face, no. Has anyone ever looked 13 with a cock coming out of their ass? That's a fairly adult activity. She was very mature.
Oh my God! Jefferies moved to New York.
Shit.
But
That's been too long, sir.
Well,
yeah, there she is now.
Right?
And
She wants people to forget it.
And she says, "I forgive and forget," but that's not up to her, though, is it?
No.
It's not up to her. That's like he never served the time. And the problem was there was some judge who had it in for him who was going to give him more of a sentence than he deserved,
And
he
that's
ran.
why he ran, yeah.
And he ran because there was some judge that was trying to get more famous off the case than anything.
Polanski's a cocksucker, though. Fuck him.
Yeah.
And they still can't line up to work with him. They still can't wait to do his movies. And it's amazing if you say nigger publicly, you're crucified. But because he fucked a 13-year-old many years ago, and people felt bad about Sharon Tate,
That's
they'll
her
work
right
with
there.
him.
That's
oh
it.
boy.
There's her at 13.
That could be a problem.
But that's the thing is, all these actors signed a petition to let Roman Polanski come back in to make movies. Who was the first person to sign it?
Nice ass.
Woody Allen.
Well,
And you don't want Woody's fucking seal of approval on pedophilia, do you?
Maybe they shouldn't have started with Woody Allen. Zach D in Jersey and Warren Zevon's autobiography. This is about what you said a little while ago there, Jim Jefferies, who's going to be at the Stress Factory. His son talks about being put in charge by his father of vanishing his porn collection when he finally succumbed to the cancer. Apparently, he was a big fan of recording himself with women, a la Bob Crane.
Oh, yeah.
So he made a little deal with his son going, look, man. Why would he get rid of it himself if he knew he only had a few
people who don't
weeks
know
left?
this, there's an app on the iPhone now which is like a safe where you got to put a code in, and you can hide everything behind it.
Oh, yeah, you got it.
So, yeah.
You're crazy if you don't have one of those.
And the cool thing about it is, if you're looking at the picture and the girl comes and looks over the shoulder, if you tap it really quickly, a graph comes up like, I'm looking at my charts.
My charts.
Your charts.
Yeah. Oh, that's up, is it? Oh, fantastic.
I think I know that app that you're talking about. And you could even set up like different passwords. So you could put like a phony one in. So if they use the phony one, it'll just, you could put whatever you want, like flowers and rainbow pictures and shit. So.
In my one, if they put the wrong PIN number in 3 times, it shows pictures of ducks.
Is this the one you mean? Yeah.
Hi, you have that one.
Yes, I do.
Put the wrong PIN number in 4 times.
Hold on, let me see if I even have the right one. Yeah, I don't have any pictures on here, actually. Hidden pictures 0. How do you hide a picture? You just fucking...
I'll show you later, but it's not hard. You just transport, and once you transport it, you just remember to delete it.
Oh, you do have to delete it after.
Delete it afterwards.
But it won't delete it from the actual
It won't delete
phone.
it from that one.
Good God.
Good gravy.
Let me put it... Hold
Yeah, that's a handy little app.
That's a family saver. That app.
Is that how it's listed?
Shit. Yeah, Bob Crane, boy, he missed out, huh? He used to have to tote around fucking
tripods,
film equipment and videos and tripods and
he had to rent a U-Haul truck to film
cameras and shit to video his sex exploits.
He would have loved the iPhone
now,
with the video capabilities.
Fucking A, little digital
just a
camera.
lovely flip camera.
Oh, it'd been
off you go.
Flip camera under his ball bag. Just
but it's not even taking around. It's the editing.
Yeah,
afterwards, having that reel and the scissors and the sticky tape.
Yeah. Now he's just on fucking,
Yeah, I didn't like this part right here. I gotta cut this out.
And to answer your question, why did he not just get rid of it himself, Warren Zevon? Because he wanted to jerk off to it. He wanted to die jerking off watching himself. You never want to get rid of your porn. What if you have 5 more years? So he wanted to jerk off till the very end. That's why he didn't.
I'm not a big fan of watching myself.
I
love it.
I sometimes watch it back, the home porn, and I'm so pale that I just look like a fucking retard on these like tan girls. Like, who is that?
Well, you got to get better lighting.
Who is that cancer patient fucking that woman?
You want some of our filters?
Yeah, right. We'll give it some lighting.
And I do a joke about this on stage, which it always ends with me running towards the camera, just staring down, going, "Where's the button?"
Embarrassing.
The red light's still on.
There's nothing wrong with like setting up a camera with the TV in the room, not hitting record, and then just watching it on TV as you're doing it.
That's a bit weird.
No, it's not because it's not weird because it's like you're watching a movie. You know, there's no video of it. Why would you watch it later? That's fucking weird.
Jerk off to.
Why you jerk off to something you did?
That's the beauty of it.
You jerk off to a fantasy.
As soon as the girl dumps me, then I've always got a little bit of a look what I've got.
Well, that's good too to have it, but that's a completely ulterior motive.
That's that weird thing is whenever you're texting a girl and you say send me a picture of your cunt or whatever, and then you go send me one with a couple of fingers in, they send it to you and all that type of stuff. And then, like, the girl, like, send me a picture of your cock. They don't want a picture of your cock. They just want some guilty evidence that they've, something to get at you later with.
You don't have a fucking face in your cock pictures, though, right?
No.
That's a rookie mistake.
But I do
Another
have,
guy's face.
I do have a few pictures of my cock in, like, different moods.
Depending on what you're feeling that day.
Angry or sleepy.
A little fucking, just a little plumped up to the side.
Yeah, that sleepy one where it's off to the side with just a drop of cum coming off. like it's time for bed.
There's some where it looks soft, where it looks really good. So I've taken a few where it's soft, but it just looks nice, and it's like, that's very impressive.
I often take pictures of smaller objects next to mine to send it off.
For scale.
Just to make sure.
Perspective.
Small thing of the Eiffel Tower.
One of those little Coke cans or vodka bottles off the airplanes.
Yeah, it's a fifth, I swear.
A child. So that's a regular person.
Their little hands don't even fit around it.
Fucking Jeffrey's going to be at Stress Factory this
when?
weekend.
Tomorrow? Is it tonight?
Are you starting tonight?
I'm starting tonight, yeah.
What is today, Thursday or Wednesday?
Today's Thursday, yeah.
So tonight, tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday or no?
No, Sunday.
Just
no
Saturday.
Sunday.
Okay.
Tickets still available?
I have no idea.
732-545-4242.
Right.
For Jim Jefferies tonight through Saturday.
And Jimmy's going to be at Stress Factory.
Not till November, though.
A couple more. Well,
not till November. You can go to
about a
both
month.
shows.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm going to be in Caroline's in November 23rd, the weekend, Thanksgiving weekend. I'll be there.
So we'll see you then too.
Yeah,
That's good.
and I have nowhere to spend Thanksgiving, so I'm going to spend it here. See, this is what I love doing with Americans. I don't fucking know your holidays or get them,
Yeah, who
right?
gives a shit?
It doesn't mean anything to me, but you say to something, people go, what are you doing for Thanksgiving? And then it's like, nothing. Oh, you have to come over to our house. And I go, do you want to know what I've done every Thanksgiving? Nothing. Don't even know what the fuck. Do I get turkey? Is there presents or something? I don't even get what it is.
Like, I'm sure there's holidays that you have.
Yeah, what's a big holiday you guys have that most Americans don't know about?
We have Australia Day. Which is basically which is basically when the white people came in and killed the black people. like to put it quickly, but
it's the only foreign holiday I celebrate.
We'll say it's when they colonized Australia.
Have to take that day off.
Yeah, they all drink lager and watch Breaker Morant. I don't know.
Yeah, we all go out in the harbour in boats and we eat like damper and Vegemite and shit and fucking just get drunk. You know,
Thanksgiving's fun though. It's good. It's a good food holiday. That's all it is, really. And it's basically to celebrate. We became. It was a friendship that was offered that we repaid with slaughter.
This is very similar to Australia Day.
Yeah, it really is.
Here's a peace pipe, and then we just lopped their heads off.
Look at the lovely Indian. I don't know if the Indians are very friendly. That we make it out as like
maybe not. Maybe they
were all
resented us
friendly.
coming over there and taking their shit.
I think the second we stepped onto the fucking beach, they were like, I don't like these guys.
Don't blame them.
And I think we were also, the Europeans were like, I don't like these fucking Indians.
But you got to look at it from like the Aboriginals or the Indians' point of view. That's like the equivalent of seeing a UFO.
Yeah, no
like
shit.
for us now, you know what I mean? Like a boat.
Yeah. Well,
they've never seen a boat.
The end of Apocalypto is fucking great.
Yeah.
When you see like they
Christians.
run to the beach and they're just like all they wanted to do was fucking kill each other. These motherfuckers have been chasing each other around the jungles like crazy, killing each other, and they stop thinking about even killing each other. They're just all standing there looking at these giant fucking wooden ships.
Did the Indians have boats? Did they have boats?
Probably like little canoes and shit. Sure.
But this was
the Aboriginals didn't have wheels.
They didn't know anything. No, this was like the fucking in Central American shit.
Bunch of Maseratis with square tires. They just couldn't figure that out. No one went anywhere.
I think they invented fire, but it was by accident. There was a thunderstorm one day. I don't think one of them was rubbing sticks or anything. They just went, look at this
Just
way.
had some brush.
Let's try to replicate that later.
Yeah.
Yeah, where did we get that when it's not coming from the sky?
How's your podcast? You still doing it with Eddie?
Yeah, it's going well. Yeah, it's going well. We get taken down off iTunes all the time.
Why?
I don't know, because it's meant to be no censorship, but, things might change today.
There's censorship on iTunes for your language?
They have this thing where they just pull you down. You write to them and go, why have you pulled us down? And they'll send you a letter that goes, we don't have to tell you, and we can pull down whoever we want.
Oh,
and so
we reserve the right.
Yeah, exactly. They're like a cunty nightclub. That just kicks you out.
So they don't tell you why?
Yeah, but we're back on at the moment, so I have
Do you have
nothing
an idea,
but nice
though?
things to... Well, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think sometimes if we're a little bit racist or something.
So what?
I think that's normally the
How come?
way.
Did they taking rappers down for what they're fucking saying in their lyrics?
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Oh, you could get any fucking
But
rap song on
it's
iTunes.
going well. We're getting like 300,000, 400,000 downloads a month.
That's pretty good.
So that's pretty. Like that's over the course of 8 episodes.
Still
it's
nice.
still pretty good.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know though. They'll censor you on there.
Yeah. The only people who advertise with this are like fucking gambling sites and sex toys.
Illegal gambling.
They're all in.
Illegal gambling pyramid sites.
No blue chips yet, but those guys are in. That's kind of the problem. That's why we're all looking at it like, all right, when is this going to turn? And real advertisers start, coming aboard.
I think Corolla gets real advertisers, doesn't
Yes.
He's getting there.
Yeah.
And I think Marin probably does. I don't know.
That'll be the game changer, because then that'll be an option for
I think it does. Yeah.
all of us.
Marin said he makes money off of merchandise, a lot of merchandising or something. Last time he was in here.
Mm-hmm.
Does he?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah.
But guys like him and Corolla have really put in a lot of time. Like, Corolla, especially doing live shows and fun. You know what I mean? It's like been a couple of years. How long has he been off CBS? 2.5 years?
Easy, yeah.
And he's been fucking eating it for a while as far as financially. He had to build that. And then Maron, too. Maron's putting a lot of work. He's got 50 or 60 or 70 episodes. Why did I just say a lot?
Well, you got to be creative. You got to do the podcast in front of people and all sorts of stuff.
I love the live podcast. Love it.
You like it, huh?
Fuck yeah, man. It's great.
Well, that's your world. You live in that world.
It's fun. No, but you guys do good there, too. We all do good in those things. It's a phenomenal audience.
Yeah. All right. Hey, why don't we take a break? Because we got William Shatner coming in, but we'll do a little more.
I'm super excited about this.
Have you met him?
Never met him.
He's great. We love this guy.
He played Captain Kirk.
I know. I've heard about. I know him more from his shit my dad says. That was.
You like that show?
No.
He's kidding.
Scared me for a second. I don't know.
I was trying to reference the shittiest bit of his career.
You fucking got me so bad.
I was watching T.J. Hooker the other day. That was fan-fucking-tastic, bro. It's
Heather
so
Locklear in a prime.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was just so fucking funny. Like, you watch cop shows have gotten more realistic, cop dramas over the years. But then when you see, like, First 48 and Cops and, like, the real fucking reality cop shows, you realize, like, oh, my God, you watch T.J. Hooker and just like, all right, scum, freeze scum. It was always like, he's holding, like, from the hip with the gun and just, he did everything. He was the forensics guy, the detective, the fucking, and then you watch cop shows and realize cops fucking pass shit off to other cops. It's like that guy doesn't do T.J. Hooker's doing his own DNA testing. Fucking.
Well, they had to fill up an hour, you know.
He's the lawyer in court.
Yeah,
he's putting him behind the cell.
Everything. It was fantastic.
Everyone wants to know the app for hiding the stuff as we go to break. What is it called?
Hold on a second.
It's called. It looks like a safe.
Yes.
Now,
PS it says.
Yeah,
pay
PS,
for the gold one, not the silver one, because the gold one you can have photos and videos.
I don't know which one do I have, Jim. Oh, I have the silver one.
You
for
have
Pete's
photos.
sake!
You just have photos.
How do I get the fucking silver?
You pay an
Gold.
extra couple of dollars for the extra.
Oh, that's how they
yeah.
get you.
But the thing is, I think the gold one's too flashy. It screams out on your phone. You know what I mean?
You want it to just sink in with all your other apps somewhere.
Yeah, you want it to,
like, nothing special, nothing to look at here.
I want it to look like. I want it to look like a camera, or just. I want it to look like an angry bird.
Yeah, I don't like the fact that it even looks kind of like a safe.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
I've been caught with it. I say that's where I keep all my PIN numbers and stuff.
Yeah,
People,
yeah, sure.
You know, you gotta lie.
You gotta lie. Jeez.
Well, that's what life is. Life is like, I'm one of these guys that tells the truth. Whenever it's good for me, I tell the truth, you know. But sometimes you just gotta lie.
Yeah.
You know, fucking. It's no use upsetting people.
Right. You're trying to do them a favor.
You're taking care of them.
Doing them a favor.
This
by
isn't
lying.
about me.
It's like whenever my
protecting
mum's
your
really
feelings.
sick and she's dying and she asks me, do you think that we'll see each other in heaven one day? I go, yep.
Yeah.
Fuck that. I'm not.
Meanwhile, you know.
I'm not going to look my mum in the eye and go, nah. Won't be seeing you again, Daddy.
Yeah, well, that's a good point. It really is. Jim Jefferies, Stress Factory, starting tonight, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. All right. More with Jim. William Shatner on the way. Mr. Jefferies, Jim Jefferies at the Stress Factory.
Yeah.
Excuse me, starting tonight.
We didn't
through
miss
the
that
weekend.
salty language, though.
Hell no. Hey, we got some
Unnecessary.
Metallica. I want to play something for everybody. Why are you playing Metallica? Is there a reason we should know?
I know why.
No reason.
Okay. We got 8-year-olds singing Enter Sandman.
Yay!
Have you heard the Lou Reed thing with Metallica?
Well, it's sitting right in front of me. I hear it's horrible.
It fucking sucks.
What is it?
It's just Lou Reed pissing over a good song.
Overrated fucking.
Just going,
Very
"I am-
overrated.
Can't
I
stand
am a
him.
magnet. I control you. I propel you. I bring you
we hear it?
forward." And
With
then it's
his
like,
talking, his bullshit talking fucking.
We were,
Tom Waits is overrated, too.
we were trying to.
I think Johnny Cash is, but people get angry when
No,
I say that.
I disagree with you on that
That's
one.
fighting words, sir.
Yeah.
Fighting words.
I disagree.
Everyone
You got
talks
two
like he's
big
a
Johnny Cash
fucking
fans in-
god.
in
I
studio.
know.
And
I'm
no
not.
one ever names more than 6 songs. The guy fucking worked
The
for
fucking-
40, 50 years.
Get your pen out. You're ready.
He's bringing out a fucking song a year.
I'll give you some great songs. Fucking Ring of Fire is great. Ghost Riders in the Sky. The Wall is a fucking great tune.
I'm going to rephrase
Fable of Willie Brown.
I'm going to rephrase it. Okay, he might not be overrated to people like you who actually like him, but in the sense that there are a lot of people who say they're Johnny Cash fans who don't know more than the fucking movie.
Fair enough.
Just to say.
That is fair enough.
Yeah, they're Johnny Cash fans.
And they just so they can watch him go, and I will have my way, my empire, dear. And they're like, fucking hell, man, that's his wife, and she died before him, and they just fuck off, you cunts. It's a bad cover.
That was even like that cover. I thought it was great.
It was a great cover.
I like his cover.
I love Johnny Cash.
I like your angle on it, but it was a great cover.
No, but you know when you get fucking coked up with some guy in a room and that song comes on and you're like, oh, I'm here for the long haul now. Fucking fuck me. Fuck me. Who put Johnny Cash on?
His cover of he did Danzig wrote a song for him called 13, which is fucking badass, man. Fucking 13 is great, and I love his covers and stuff. I didn't like him, like Rusty Cage.
How about the Atomic Sky one?
I don't know it.
The Wanderer. I went wandering.
I don't know that one.
Oh yeah, you do. Give me that.
Ain't No Grave is good.
We played this one on the show before, Jimmy.
Oh, I love him.
I hate how he's like, hi, I'm Johnny Cash. And people lost their shit. Like, he just said his fucking name.
Boy Named Sue.
Boy Named Sue is rubbish.
He didn't write it, but it's a good song.
Rubbish.
It's fucking rubbish.
I'm not a fan of that.
I like that. Silly.
I don't mind the Folsom City
I walked the
Prison
line,
Blues or whatever is a good song.
Folsom Prison Blues.
Yeah.
Fucking
I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. That's gangster shit. I like that.
It's the original gangster, bro.
Yeah,
I just want to watch him die.
Yeah, just to watch him die. When the Beatles are fagging up in the corner, just holding girls' hands.
He's shooting people just to watch him die.
You got to respect that.
Actually, that is a pet hate of mine. Is when you meet someone who go the Beatles are overrated. Even people who hate the Beatles can still name 30 songs.
Yeah, Wandering by with U2 is a great song. I'm telling you. It was an original, too. It wasn't a cover.
How about The Beast in Me? I think that's a cover he did. That's great.
Beast in Me.
Fucking
Rusty Cage, he did a nice version of that.
I love that. Redemption's his song is great. Ain't No Grave. Life Goes On.
Why would you want to listen to fucking I hurt myself? It's like so depressing.
It's much better than I Scale
Fucking no, it's depressing.
No, it's great.
Yeah,
it is depressing. You're right.
My voice is terrible, but I can sing better than Johnny Cash.
You got to acknowledge some of those other emotions.
Nobody nodules me.
Which one is this?
I hurt myself today trying to get out of my chair because I'm very old. I fell over. I think I crushed my wife.
I want to fuck you like an animal. I want to feel you on the inside. Cover that one, you fucking faggot.
You want to hear Metallica?
I want to hear Metallica.
Because we thought the Hurt thing.
See, the thing is, I really like the album Transformer. I think that's a great album.
Yeah.
And it was an album I really dug as in my early teens. But apart from that, I never liked the Velvet Underground. Velvet Underground's one of those bands that people just say they like.
I never got them.
You know?
It's cool to say you got it and you liked it.
They Sweet Jane over and over again.
No, who will fucking turn you would be Ronnie B. Ronnie B loves the Lou Reed. He will turn you, but he's got, he really knows his shit about it.
I think Perfect Day, Satellite of Love, You Keep Hanging Around Here, and Wild Thing, it's a good album. But apart from that...
Satellite of Love's a decent tune.
Satellite of Love.
I just got used to hearing that from Ron Fez.
In Britain, they did a version of Satellite of Love, like a We Are the World, where all the celebrities came in and sang a little bit. It was all right. Bowie and stuff was on it.
Why don't we do the Metallica with Lou Reed? I think they were on The View? What the hell happened to Metallica? Oh, no, the song's called The View. All right.
No,
I got scared.
Let's spread that rumor out there. They're on The View.
They were on The View, yeah. It was terrible.
I see on the disc it says The View. I'm like,
what? James Hetfield did a cooking segment.
Yeah, what's wrong with this?
Great.
Yeah, he was cooking with gas.
Chip.
That stupid Sherry Shepherd. Fucking dummy. Oh, seriously.
What the fuck are you doing?
Let it play out a little bit.
It's slamming fucking Metallica, and then
it sounds like a good song, doesn't it? You go, this song's going to kick ass, and then he goes,
"You're waiting for it to kick in."
Have you ever had heroin? I have. I don't know if I've mentioned it before. Fuckwits around the world are going to dig it.
Wow.
He's tone. First of all, I've always said he's tone deaf. He's like one of those guys that if he was singing in the car or something, you'd be like, ugh. He'd be all off key from it. He can't fucking sing. He's not a singer. He stinks.
I think he has a cool voice, though.
No, it's horrible.
But the voice wears off over years.
You think? I think the voice
is cool. He sings as good as Steve Jobs lives.
Oh, boy. Why'd you have to do that? That just happened. Too soon. Too soon, Jim. Too soon. Poetry?
He's fucking terrible.
Are we done with this?
Terrible.
Are we done?
That's awful.
Done?
I can do this.
Yeah.
I'm tired. I woke up and my breath stunk, so I brushed my teeth.
That's all you
I
gotta do.
both attract you and repel you with my breath. That's all it is.
It's terrible.
What is James Hetfield doing? Just sitting on a stool drinking coffee? What do they make him do?
He's playing guitar. He plays
Laughing.
guitar for him.
Just fucking
He's
laughing.
But he wants to fucking...
He's still...
Is it he wants to just knock him out of the way and start singing.
Are they are they doing like a duets album, or are they doing a whole album with Lou Reed?
How'd you say duets?
Duets.
Duets. It's like a Jewess.
Yeah. Duets. It's like...
How do you say frog?
It's like the Jewish Supremes.
How do you say frog?
Duet.
Frog?
See, Sam fucking picked that shit up when he was in England. Frog?
It's a frog.
Frog.
What was the other one? Did you say costume?
Costume.
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 Costume. Well,
Sorry,
I don't
it's
know.
inside
I
shit.
can't. I can't hear that being weird. That one.
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
Where's the kid singing?
Yeah, where's the other one with the Metallica?
You want to hear that before
Yeah.
Mr. Shatner?
I hear
8-year-olds?
Danny said that was pretty funny.
Yay.
I don't know where it fucking went though.
Uh-oh. What happened? Oh,
There we
boy.
go. They're doing Enter Sandman. Bunch of 8-year-olds.
What are they doing there? What's this from, by the way?
Are they playing the instruments?
I don't fucking know, man. What the
Yeah, they could be like
Follow
fucking
me with this
Silverchair.
shit.
You know,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Silverchair were young.
Dude,
Yeah,
Silverchair was one of
Prodigies.
your big bands down under.
I remember I saw Silverchair. That album came out when they were 13th. You know,
We got it.
Massacre. That one.
Yeah.
And I remember I saw them out in the shops, and I'd bought the album. Like, wow, Silverchair, and they were they were there with their mums. Because I was still 13.
Yeah.
Me and Ant were responsible for getting bands like Silverchair and Days of the New, if you remember, Ant, beer. Because they played all
At their gigs.
all our gigs when we were in Boston, and they were all too young to drink, but they all wanted beers. And we're like, well, if you have a hit album, I guess it's okay.
Exactly. I feel the same way. I always, whenever people use that example for America, because the rest of the world can drink when they're 18.
Yeah.
And everyone always uses this argument. They go, if you can go to war, then you can have a beer. And
Yeah.
my argument is not the porn argument. If you can get fucked by 20 black guys and jizzed on your face, give that girl a cocktail. Someone deserves a beer.
She needs a drink.
Yeah, that's Wolf right there.
Tomorrow was a great song by Silverchair. Sounded like Pearl Jam, though.
Yeah,
a little
but
bit.
with an
Everyone
Australian
did.
twang.
Everyone did at that point.
Here's 8-year-olds doing Metallica.
It's pretty good.
So they're playing.
Is this that School of Rock shit? It's all over the place now.
There'd be a nerdy Asian kid on the keyboard.
Right.
Yeah.
Gel in his hair.
Yeah.
Trying to look.
Some girl who used to play the cello who's learnt the double bass.
This is hilarious. This is really fucking... Kick in. Someone's writing, the drummer sucks. They're 8.
Drummer sucks.
He's got no meter.
I think he's doing all right.
Of course, he's 8. But how does an 8-year-old sing? Gripping your pillow. That's pretty goddamn
That's all
funny.
right, huh?
I thought the kid did
Exit white.
I think he did a good job. When he said that, clutch in your pillow tight, you know he was looking at somebody in the crowd that was some cunt to him in the sandbox. Just like, fuck you.
I'm rocking.
Yeah.
You suck.
Someone wants us to go to the guitar solo. The guy really plays it. She really plays it. I guess it's a girl on guitar.
Boo!
Come on.
That's just silly.
I didn't know girls were allowed to be 8.
Where's William Shatner? You want to hear what Axel sounds like these days?
When's we had beaming in.
we had Duff McKagan on yesterday.
Isn't Axel fat now or something? He looks like Van Morrison now, actually.
Is he chubby now?
Yeah, haven't you seen the pictures of him in the yellow jacket with the hat? He does. He looks like Van Morrison. They were all getting into him about being a bit chubby. Yeah.
Now I got to look it up, man. Fat Axel, all right. See if it comes up.
It was like it made the newspapers in England yesterday. I was writing my column, and they said that was one of the topics I could write about. Fat Axl Rose.
Was it?
From the Daily Mail.
It's a small pic. All right. Well, we had Duff McKagan in yesterday, and this is how Axl sounds today.
We've been dancing with Mr. Brownstone. He's been knocking. You won't leave me alone.
That is fucking sad.
Yeah.
I can't hit any notes.
It's a bad day.
It sounds kind of like a lounge singer almost, right? And
what happened there?
Once your voice is gone, your voice is gone, man.
Done.
I got nodules now, man. My voice goes every weekend after gigs, and there's nothing you can do.
Well, you're just like this.
But it's why I'm going to end up like Bobby Slayton or one of those type of comics.
Oh, God, yeah.
Hey, how you doing? Not all comics ended their voice with, "Hey, kid, yeah, it's great. Really had good working with you."
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
More importantly, Google image Axl fat. You're not kidding. He looks like Van Morrison.
Yeah.
He is fucking fat.
Yeah. And the yellow jacket doesn't help things.
No.
Should wear black Axl. It's very slimming.
Yeah.
You would have never guessed that was Axl Rose.
But he isn't fucking rocking out in just the kilt anymore, is he? No. Or the bike pants.
No.
No bike pants anymore.
I don't think he's jumping across the stage either.
All right, we'll get back to that because Mr. Shatner has just arrived.
Oh, there he is.
The great William Shatner has just arrived.
Agglomeration.
How are you, Bill?
Guys, how are you? The Opie and Anthony
It's been a while, sir.
It's been
the Opie and Anthony channel. I can't
Wow.
believe it.
No one's supposed to know about that.
But that's
Mr.
okay.
Shatner, but that's okay if you're announcing it.
Yeah, of course it is.
Opie and Anthony channel.
It hasn't happened. It hasn't happened yet.
It's barely a show, and here it is a channel.
That's true, right? Barely a show. It's yeah. I guess. Did he just make the official announcement?
I guess, yeah.
I was doing some recordings back there before I came in the building. They wouldn't let me in the building, first of all. And then they finally let me in the building. The first thing I do is, would you say the Opie and Anthony channel, please?
Nice.
Why wouldn't they let you in the building? You're William Shatner.
I know.
Maybe that's why.
I left my bag that I carry around in this car that's taking me around. I didn't want to schlep it around.
Yeah.
So I left my identification. So the person from the publishing company is holding up my book as identification.
Yeah.
Well, and the woman says I read it. I don't want him to get.
I would have just given that retinal scan, much like you did in The Wrath of Khan, where you just looked into it.
My eyes are a little bloodshot from.
Yeah, in order to get the information for the Genesis device.
Yes. That was very complicated.
This happens every time.
Although the laugh after that was worth it.
I like to think I could sit and talk with Bill about
we can. About the Opie and
anything, a little
Anthony
bit of everything, and Star Trek does come up every 2 seconds with me.
I've never seen an episode of Star Trek, not one.
What are you, crazy?
I just haven't. I'm sorry.
What's wrong with you?
I would like to.
There's something wrong with him. It starts with the language.
That's right.
Yeah.
I mean, what's that accent? Anybody with that kind of accent won't watch Star Trek.
We only just got TV in Australia, let alone Star Trek.
Really?
Hell no.
What do they got? Skippy the Bush Kangaroo?
Very popular show to this day.
I remember that one.
Jesus, how do you remember that?
That was an old.
Is it a real
oldie.
show?
It was,
That was Skippy
it
the
was
Bush
basically
Kangaroo.
like Lassie, but it was
Right.
kangaroo based. and so like you'd have this kid called Sonny who'd fall down a well, and Skippy would come out going, and they go, "What's that, Skip? Sonny's falling down the well." Now, the thing is, they always used to get Skippy to point the direction, and they could never get the kangaroo to do that. So they used to just fucking go into the bush, kill another kangaroo, cut its arm off, and there'd be some cameraman poking this dead limb.
Suddenly the laughter ebbed out of the room.
What happened? How do you know that's true?
That's hilarious. That's
not
true.
really.
Which is a great segue into your book, by the way.
Yes.
It's you're a funny dude. It's called Shatner Rules, and I didn't read the whole thing because we had I was reading another biography, but I've read the first couple of chapters.
One eye with on one book and the other eye on the other.
I'm not a good multitasker.
We've had a lot of authors in lately, but
I love the writing in this.
Thank you.
The first one's about the Comedy Central roast where you got roasted, and it was funny because you put some comebacks that you should have said there in this, and you don't seem to take yourself seriously at all, which is great.
Well, there's not much to take seriously about. You got to handle your material, and there's not much to handle here. No, I'm joking. The laughter ebbed out of this. As quickly as cutting out the arm of a kangaroo.
I'm just glad it's not just me, to be honest with you. Thanks for making the Skippy story look good.
You and I should unite on publicizing this book. So the book it does carry some of those. I mean, somebody yesterday said I'm getting a seat on the subway because I read the book in the subway. I start cackling out loud, and people move aside.
Kind of move. They think
they
somebody's
think crazy, and then they sit down in the subway.
What I think of you, to me, the best definition of you is the SNL sketch you did where you kind of goofed on, it's a show, get over it. Like, that's how I kind of view your personality, and I read everything kind of hearing it in that voice.
And that kind of voice.
And chapter 2 is to be a Shatner, you must know Shatner. And I kind of finished that where you just list a bunch of facts about yourself, which are interesting and fucking hilarious. Like, I don't know why I liked the one about your first movie, which you said, what was it called? I can't. My first film, in a 1951 Canadian film titled "The Butler's Night Off." I've never seen it, and I don't know why that interested me so much. You've never seen the first movie?
So much I haven't seen of I avoid watching it.
As you should.
The book is funny, and the book attempts to say, and there's a group of guys. I'm telling your listening audience here. There's 2, 4, 6, 8. There's 8, 9 guys in the room here, and
one woman short of a rape
of a minion, and everybody's got a voice. And my book, I don't know how I'm going to relate this, is the concept behind the book is to say yes to opportunities. So you guys have all said yes, you're going to be here. We're having an adventure together just by the very fact that you're here. My book says say yes to opportunity, yes to life, and that's the basis of the book. And everything is told, hopefully with humor, but with that idea in mind.
That's a pretty good philosophy to have. Very unlike the character in the Twilight Zone, though, kept putting the penny in the machine, and his life was pretty much being dictated by every little slip that came out. He goes, should we leave? Should we leave now? Should we check if the car's repaired? Very different.
But what a great science fiction concept or horror concept.
It's fantastic.
Because it's a great, the writing, the writer who said, I was doing this machine, wouldn't it be marvelous if somebody's life was dictated? I'll write that script.
Yes, and you know what else was great about that? There wasn't any weird, scary thing in there. The whole thing, it wasn't supernatural. It was just somebody's paranoia and them getting caught up in something.
Right.
Yeah.
But it made a Twilight Zone.
It was a very
and struck a sort of universal note.
Yeah.
It's around more.
Unlike, of course, there's a man on the wing. I was like that one too.
And that one too.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, surely that stemmed from if we were meant to fly, we'd have wings.
Right.
Now, who did that first? You were Lithgow. Who did that first?
Who'd what?
Oh,
you
Shatner.
were John Lithgow.
Shatner
I'm
did.
kidding.
Stop it.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, Jimmy, you know what? I don't even care if you're kidding. You
It's
don't
hard to
insult
tell.
Bill Shatner like that.
No, his little smiley face looking up at you.
I know,
You don't know whether he's
I
kidding.
know.
You don't know whether
Yes.
he's real.
Yeah.
Can I say another great thing that I like, and I want to ask you about this? It's another funny fact. Number 12. I once got into a fist fight on stage during the Broadway run of The World of Susie Wong with Australian actor Ron Randell. For 50 years, he's ignored my challenges for a rematch. Coward! Editor's note, Mr. Randell died in 2005. It's fucking funny,
when
man.
he heard me issue that challenge, he died.
It's great, man.
That is awesome.
Did you really? But what spurred the fist fight? I've been wanting to ask you that for a week.
He used to clap me on the shoulder somewhere after opening night when the show's supposed to be frozen. When he had a laugh on some line, and he'd clap me on the shoulder like, "Hey, hail fellow, well met." If the laugh was good and loud, he would just be a tap. But if he missed the laugh, either in rage or frustration or thinking it was my fault, he'd hit me hard. So after a while, I'd say, "Ron, that scene is becoming all about my absorbing your punch." And he was an Olympic swimmer. Had been.
Oh. All Australians are.
Yeah, apparently
He never
so.
let up. And I kept asking people, will you ask him to not hit me so hard? Stage manager, Josh Logan, the producer, everybody. And finally, one day, after months of this, I said, if you hit me again, I'm going to hit you back. So he took that as a challenge. So he hit me on stage.
Wow.
So I hit him back on stage.
In the middle of the show.
In the middle of the show.
Oh, what a great
That's
show.
And
that
then,
must have been.
when the first act curtain came down, he came charging over at me, swung. I ducked, and he hit a prop guy in the face.
Now, did the crowd think that was part of the show?
Right.
Yeah. Well, we just kept going.
They just-
And what I didn't write about, because what happened after that was finally the curtain came down. And everybody left the theater, including me. And the next evening, we all went to our dressing rooms, 7:30, 8 o'clock. And those dressing room doors are kept open by a wedge because it's a fire door. And so to keep them open, they're wedged. I'm in my dressing room, and in he comes. And he's looking for a fight in the dressing room, in a 12 by 12 dressing room. That's like being locked in a cage with a mountain lion. The stage manager got between us. Somebody kicked the wedge out. The door shut, and there were three guys in a small room.
Oh, shit.
And I had a picture, a mental image of his jugular, and I was going to go bite him on the jugular. That's where I was going.
Maniacal.
They finally kept us apart.
Now, did you ever make up with?
Oh, yeah.
You know how much history would have changed if like, say you would have bitten his neck and then they just threw you out acting, just like, you can't hire this guy. He bites the neck of the other
people on
actors.
the neck, yeah.
Like how different life would be.
Well, I
I've
might have been
seen,
hired. Let's get him to bite somebody on the
that's
neck.
true. You know
I've
what?
seen Bill deliver a karate chop, though. That probably would have taken him right out. One of those quick, boom, boom.
Yeah,
Like
and
that. Yeah.
quick pork chop too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just-
Whatever kind of chops you need.
Do you really suffer from tinnitus?
I do.
Which, by the way, funny line. For many years, I've suffered from tinnitus. That's where I pulled that out of. Now it only flares up when I don't want to listen to all those questions about Star Trek. It's fucking
You
great.
know what tinnitus is?
It's when you have that ringing in your ears, right?
ringing in
From
the
where'd you
ear.
get it from?
Well, I got it from an explosion, but sound engineers have it, rock musicians have it. It's
Radio people. Yeah.
Radio people have it.
got it from Warp Drive.
Armed forces have it a lot.
What explosion?
Explosion on the set, actually. The doors were shut. They should have been cracked because of the air charging, and they didn't. And ever since then, it's gotten worse over the years.
And when it's funny, for your roast, you asked Leonard Nimoy to come, and he said no. He
Right.
couldn't handle it, right?
He knew more than I did. I hadn't really seen it.
Oh, no.
Did you
I
enjoy
thought,
the roast?
that's like Frank Sinatra's roasts and Dean Martin.
Right.
Really funny, and it wasn't that at all. It's
very insulting.
That's really mean. Did you see the Charlie Sheen one?
I did,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah,
I thought
yeah.
you were very good on the show.
Thank you.
We had a couple
Yeah.
friends that
But that's like
were
an-
part of the roast.
what?
Patrice and Amy?
O'Neill and Amy Schumer are friends of ours.
Well, first of all, it's very funny.
Yes.
But it's like an intervention.
Yeah.
And it occurred to me, why not have an intervention and shaming people? Look what you've done to your family. Look what you've done to your friends. Look what you've done to yourself. You lost your job. You lost all the money. And the person is like cowering and feeling so badly, they think, I got to go get a drink. Right? I mean, that's what an intervention is. Why not do it with humor? You're a funny guy. Look what you've done, and mock them with humor, so it's less an attack and more an observation.
Right.
Yeah.
So you seem to have a pretty thick skin about stuff like that. Like you're not easily.
I am.
offended.
Don't say anything mean.
Yeah, I don't know if I could handle having one about myself. I think that was people who
No,
get
no,
think
that would
that's
be a little much.
terrible.
terribly
But wait a minute, that isn't like you're locked in a room with 8 guys here with a microphone, and you think nobody's listening anyway.
Yeah.
Mike,
True.
this channel, there's 1,000 people in the audience, and there's all these people on the dais laughing. Ha ha, he's getting it. His turn to be wacky. track. And then it's awful.
It looks very uncomfortable at times, and you have to kind of sit there and laugh. But yeah,
you
gotta,
mean
gotta,
the audience, or the person there?
I would think the person there would have to.
The person there is gritting their teeth.
Yeah, you got to make believe it doesn't bother you.
Oh yeah, it doesn't really matter.
You got to be good at acting.
It can only be done in America. The British couldn't do it.
There would be a fight.
No. In the end, they'd just be polite to each other. They would just fall in with, "No, I'm not going to say that. I quite like you."
Yeah, but the British get skewered in their papers. The tabloid papers.
Yeah.
As bad as ours are, the English are just
way worse.
Well, their mainstream papers are like our tabloid papers. It really is kind of. I like the nudity in it, though.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The wonderful thing is just have tits on page 3.
For no reason.
Like it's part of their rights. They've tried to take them away, and the English are just like, what? And sometimes in some of the papers in the Sun, they'll have like Jenny with her tits out, and then a speech bubble saying what Jenny thinks about the war in Iraq.
That's very funny, but I don't want to get push this book too much, except to say that it's a great read, and I urge your listeners to. It debuted, or it dropped Tuesday, and next Tuesday, but you can get it now. My record is
which we played Iron Man from, which you're getting a lot of.
Hey, listen, I came up in the elevator to the Opie and Anthony channel,
yes,
and some young man with his hair combed up with a lot of brass and leather.
Jose.
Was it Jose? The spokesman for heavy metal?
Yeah.
I heard your record. It's great, heavy metal. We need heavy metal. I said, well, if I get on the air, I'll talk about the energy that was necessary to do this song with Zakk Wylde.
Yeah.
20 of the greatest musicians alive today are on Seeking Major Tom. But for the moment, Zakk Wylde is. Have you ever had him up here?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
All right, so you know what an extraordinary individual he is.
Yeah.
And what a fabulous musician.
Amazing.
I mean, apparently he went. I didn't know this. He went from being 130-pound skinny guy playing for Ozzy, right?
Yeah.
And then he went from that to this muscled up dude with tattoos and a long ponytail. Where that transformation took place, I don't know.
Right.
But I was in a studio and watching him lay down his tracks for Iron Man, which in this arc of what happened to Major Tom after the Bowie song, what did happen to Major Tom when he stepped out of the capsule? I speculate in all these songs. Walking on the Moon, Space Cowboy.
Okay.
You got it? So
There's
then
a
he
theme
begins to
it, then.
die, and he begins to hallucinate. And we go into his background, Bohemian Rhapsody. We get to the Twilight Zone. And finally he goes to heaven. He imagines heaven with the Sinatra song, Querying God. How could you let this happen? And goes to hell in Iron Man. So I tell Zakk Wylde, this is the concert. He says, I want to be part of it. And I go up to his studio. And I've laid down my track. I'm doing Iron Man, Iron Man, Iron Man. I go up to the studio, and he is a madman with this extraordinary fingering of his guitar and the voice and the energy, the pure energy, the artistry of Zakk Wylde. Well, I fell over. I had no idea. I had to go back to the studio days later and lay down another track to match the energy.
He did the vocals, right? That was Zakk singing?
I'm singing with him.
Right, you are.
Backups and then
one of us was doing the backup to the other at various times. It was, but my eyes and my vocal cords were open at the concept of heavy metal. I had no idea.
Yeah, Zakk's very good. Yeah, and so you listen to his guitar tracks and
his vocals,
and you had laid the vocals down already. So you were kind of like, oh boy, I gotta.
That's exactly
right. This up.
This is. I've done nothing. I'm the weak sister here. Exactly. I had no idea. Heavy metal's foreign to me. I guess you have to comb your hair up and wear black leather. And I got a headbanger award, an honorary headbanger award from Revolver magazine for this number. And the one question I kept getting. What the hell are you doing here?
But he even called it a number. That's old school. That's what Ozzy introduced. We're going to do a number now. That's old school.
What else do you call it?
A song or this one, but Ozzy calls it a number. That's the way you should address it, as a number. So you have to get a little more metal based than you think.
And Mr. Shatner's 80, right?
The what?
How old are you now, sir?
37.
37.
37, 38. That's where I think I left off. I stopped
Thinking about
in my
age?
own mind. I stopped about 37.
It's
or
just
38.
amazing.
Yeah, you really did.
First of all, you don't look your age whatsoever.
Or act it. You're an
Or
amazingly
act it, of
healthy
course.
energy.
You're able to keep up with Zach Wilde? Are you kidding me? That's pretty crazy in its
Yeah,
own right.
well, that's, I think, DNA.
You don't think it's good living?
Well, it's that too. I haven't abused myself too much.
Yeah.
Now, do you drink or do you eat unhealthy, or are you fairly regimented?
I probably, I don't know you and your habits, but...
Terrible. My
Terrible.
habits are
Well, then
terrible.
I'm regimented.
You used to be a smoker, right?
What?
You were a smoker.
A
weren't you,
long
back
time ago. I gave it up a long time ago.
Because I remember you doing when you did the cover of Rocket Man, and you had that cigarette. You looked cool.
We played that
fantastic.
earlier. It was
Well, I
as
was trying
fuck.
to do some.
That's the reason why I took up smoking.
I'm glad I was able to help you between all those sawbones
you've
of the kangaroo.
You're cutting off kangaroo arms.
Right. It's bad enough to cut off their tails. You know, they live. You cut off their tails because they eat them, and they grow a new tail.
Kangaroos?
I don't know that.
I know certain reptiles.
I-
that
yeah,
are
well,
isn't
the
a kangaroo a
I
reptile?
don't think. I don't know.
Maybe you're thinking of the gorn. I think the gorn is.
I'm throwing that out there as a possibility.
Ed knows more about Star Trek than Mr.
Of
Shatner.
course, I do.
No, is that
And
Star
you know
Trek
more
reference?
about Star
Yes,
Trek than
Shatner
anybody.
knows that.
He doesn't know
I
this
just
stuff.
never stop.
I don't think he knows
I
this stuff.
never stop with the Star Trek references.
Well, let me tell you about another
can't.
Star Trek thing that I've done.
Oh,
now, wait a
please.
minute. You're going to love this.
All
okay?
right.
I directed a documentary I called The Captains. Okay. Now, it was released on Epix television, and it's going into the theaters in Canada, and it's coming out as a DVD here October 20th, in a couple of weeks. Ooh. DVD of The Captains is really sensational. It made its premiere on the aircraft carrier, the Intrepid, one summer's evening this past summer, while the sun was setting and the skyline of New York was lighting up. A huge screen on the landing deck and 1,000 people watching this film. It's all about the actors. It's all about the actors, the human beings who played the captains in Star Trek. Mm-hmm. But it's about their character. It's about their soul. It's about what we have in common, what we have as differences. Something marvelous happened in this documentary. It has an arc and a meaning, and it's funny and it's soulful. And there's even an interview with there you are, 80 years old.
That guy.
With
There you are, 80.
with
George Takei, Leonard
our
Nimoy.
musician, the musician,
A musician. Oh, shit. Zach
Okay.
Wilde.
in which we I'll name a company in a second. He's a good buddy, and now I can't think of his name. In which we sing the interview.
Oh,
Okay, it's so much fun. It's a DVD called The Captains, and it's coming out October.
You keep so goddamn busy.
He's written-
How many? Yeah, how
30
many
books.
30 books.
You're going to love this.
30.
Star Trek. You're going to love this. After that documentary and the success of the documentary, they said, "What else do you want to do?" I said, "Well, I'd like to examine why people go to conventions. Why in this particular case, people go to the Star Trek conventions."
Yeah.
So I went to Vegas, where they were having the largest Star Trek convention of its kind ever, 20,000 people. And I shot a documentary on why people go to conventions. I had written a book some years earlier called Get a Life, in which I discovered through interview that they were going there to see themselves, to see each other, to partake of each other. That's what I discovered in the book. What I discovered in the documentary, which I'm calling Fanatics, and it'll be released in a few months, is that they're there out of passion for each other, passion for the subject, but another deeper meaning. Joseph Campbell wrote a book called A Hero with 1,000 Faces. Had the theory, and it's obvious that it's a fact, that every culture has its mythology, starting from way back, even before the Greeks. Mythology. Star Trek is this culture's mythology. Mm-hmm. The actors who play the captains are their heroes. They partake in the ritual of the mythology by going to the convention, by wearing the costumes, by getting the autographs, by getting the doodads, by what you are doing and your passion for Star Trek.
Just remembering lines and scenes.
What you are doing by that he means
participating in the ritual of the mythology.
Yeah,
and it's an honorable thing.
Yes, especially while languishing in alcoholism.
It's also 20,000 people trying to lose their virginity. So that's...
In one fell swoop.
Wait, are you
lying on the floor, writhing?
William has to go soon because he has other interviews.
10 o'clock interviews.
But what are you doing a signing today? I believe you are doing one. Is that correct?
Oh yes,
12:30.
12:30 at.
I don't know. Do we have it?
How do we not have that
at
information?
Barnes and Noble?
How do we not have that?
12:30 at Barnes and Noble down here on.
There's a big one on Fifth Avenue.
On Fifth Avenue.
It is Fifth Avenue. That's in Union Square. And that's a massive Barnes & Noble, and there's plenty of room to stand inside, so you're not going to be outside.
And I'm going to do exactly 1 hour. And exactly...
One of your Earth hours. It was like when they had to say that, you know.
So you better get down there because I'm going to sign them quickly and
get the hell out of there.
Yeah.
Hey,
well, the book. Should we plug everything?
Yeah. Well, I want to play another song off his CD too.
What song are you going to play? You know,
I was going to ask you.
I haven't heard Twilight Zone. When I recorded, I thought, this could be pretty good, but I haven't heard anybody play it. Why don't you play,
we'll play
Twilight Zone?
And you know what? You got Warren Haynes. I love the Warren Haynes.
I mean, just read that list of musicians that are on
Warren
that.
Haynes knows how to play.
I mean, my God. Sheryl Crow sings Mrs. Major Tom. Lyle Lovett, Brad Paisley. And then you go on, but Peter Frampton, John Wilton, Wayne Kramer, Michael Schenker, Ernie Watts. I mean, the list goes on and on
and on and on.
And also Zach. And I love the Iron Man version. I like the fact that you sang it. I thought it was cool. And there's on YouTube.
So much.
On YouTube, you can see clips of him go, "I am Iron Man," trying to get the opening.
Yeah.
And
But
it was
you know
cool.
what that clip is? That clip is me in the first.
Right.
The first when I laid that track down first,
Before
and
you
I'm
heard
trying
Zach.
to find the music, and I can't find it. I couldn't find it because I wasn't doing it right. Only when Zach showed me the way was I able to do it.
Yeah, it's
And Zach sounds like Ozzy.
Yeah, he sounds great. He
For
can
a
sing.
minute
he
there, I
does.
thought it was Ozzy himself. So, all right, we'll do Twilight Zone. What the hell?
And it's
That's
out in
the
a
one-
week?
Yeah.
Right, it's called Seeking Major Tom. You can get that
It
on
drops on the this Tuesday, but it's out there now, wherever, whatever. Yeah.
And Shatner Rules is out now. It's hilarious. The 2 chapters I've read, I loved. And he's signing today, 12:30, Barnes and Noble. And
very cool,
you're just
William
great. We love
Shatner.
you.
Thank you so much for coming in. We always
Thank
love
you.
having you on, man.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And quickly, Jim Jefferies Stress Factory
Yes,
starting
Stress
tonight through the
Factory
weekend.
through
And
the
Jimmy's
weekend.
going to be at the Stress Factory soon.
early in November, and I'm at Pittsburgh at the Improv at the end of October.
And we love you, Bill. You got to come in and see us again soon, man. We love when you come by.
Beautiful. I love talking to you guys.
All right, William Shatner,
Now you
everyone.
got
This
your
is
own channel.
Twilight
My
Zone.
Lord, it's just
We'll check this out as we say goodbye. See you tomorrow.